Finished off a bag of coffee yesterday. But honestly, I still have more than I want. Still have more than I want. Seems like a good problem to have, but I'm really looking forward to maybe getting a couple different flavored coffees, kind of. I think a good combination for me is get one good dark roast coffee, like the Starbucks Sumatra that I have here, and one flavored coffee, or maybe two that I like a lot, like this pumpkin spice right here. But the problem is I go in, I see an interesting flavor or a good sale and I add to it. And I mean, I guess it's not that big a problem. I'm probably just worrying about nothing. You know, it's not like those coffee grounds are living creatures needing freed or needing devoured. It's not like these coffee beans here are upset with me that I'm not drinking them fairly enough or often enough. But there is a mental weight on it, as crazy as that sounds, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. I think extra stuff carries a lot of mental weight on me. Extra relationships, maybe. I mean, this perhaps. Maybe I'm just worrying about everything again, because that is often the case. I got my coffee started, got my cabinet shut, got my scissors back where they're supposed to be, pour myself some water, grab a phone, and come on over here. Sit down, maybe turn on the fire. Wait a minute, hold on, what's going on? There we go. Turn on the fireplace a little bit. I don't know what I mean when I say turn on the fireplace a little bit. Hello, new 3. Well, I appreciate you subbing. Don't know why you subbed so quickly if you're so new. But you must be easy. You must hop on channels and immediately subscribe, because I couldn't have said anything super valuable at this point. How am I this morning? I don't know how I am. I was up late. I was doing my show, or excuse me, read a few chapters from the Bible past, like, I don't know what time I did it, like 12:30 or 12:45 last night. I worked and didn't get home till real late. And I kind of woke up feeling a little, maybe tired from work or burnt out from work, or maybe spent some too much time with, I don't know, certain people. Maybe I expect too much from work or people, or care too much. Trying to pick a nice setting, and I kind of do this a lot on my show. You guys want to see what I'm looking at? You might. All right, picking settings. Certain fireplaces. I got a favorite. I mean, that's okay, but those logs look kind of weak. That's not close enough. What about this one? Cat trumpet? What the heck's that? Nah, that looks weird. I don't know why they called it cat trumpet either. Wait a minute, let me check out this one. Then I'm gonna go back one. Cat trumpet? No, I hate that. It's like a fast forward fireplace. That stresses me out like nobody's business. I mean, that's pretty good, but it looks low quality resolution. You know what I mean? Who wants that? What's this? I don't know. Where's my regular? Where's my regular? Did I lose it? Here. I'm gonna go back to this. Sometimes it's good to go to a restaurant and try something different. Instead of getting the lasagna, you might get like the shrimp Ercilia from your favorite Italian place. And it comes, you eat a shrimp, eat a little pasta. You go, it's kind of tasty, but I really miss the meat lasagna. Do you guys feel that way? Turtle wants to know where the coffee is. Jim Rat feels the warmth. Jim Rat, did you follow me on TikTok by chance yesterday? Somebody named Jim Rat followed me on TikTok, I think, yesterday. Okay, well, there's more than one Jim Rat out there, Jim Rat. And he wasn't a fake person. He had a bunch of videos and stuff. I think you said you were 52 the other day. And he didn't look 52. Although you could be so ridiculously fit that you too don't look 52. Good morning, Mama M. And good morning, good morning. Good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Sunday morning. It is November 9th, 7:05 a.m. Happy Sunday. It's a little show I've done for quite some time. It is a show about me talking. It's a show about me sharing some feelings, sharing a little bit about the ups and downs we have in life. Kind of sharing the adventure that is one man's life. And that one man is mine, is me. And, yeah. Cool wall decor choice. Well, honestly, I didn't have 56 is getting actual snow on the ground, as is Mama M. No, we do not have any snow on the ground here. I'm coming at you from Wisconsin, Appleton, Wisconsin. It's a town about 75,000 people, about 30 miles south of Green Bay and about 200 miles north of Chicago. Right in the Fox Valley region of Wisconsin. And we have no snow. Can I see your comments? Yes, I can see your comments. But just because you make a comment, I might not notice it, or I might not be amazed to, or encouraged enough to respond to every comment. So sometimes I'll get going on a topic and I don't know, I want to change the subject to how many cups of coffee I drink a day or something like that. Yeah. Oh, so my coffee's brewing, which is the next part of my show. Well, thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. I think work was long and tiring, and it was profitable. And again, maybe I think too much that work has to be more than that, or people I meet I have to think they're awesome, or they have to think I'm awesome, or I have to make it the greatest work day ever, or something like that. And maybe some days just kind of, I don't know if it sucked. It didn't suck. I don't have to work today. Yeah, I don't have to work today. Oh, which feels nice. Again, I was up a little later than I should have been. 1:30. I mean, what am I to do? I got home at 12:30, I think. Something like that. I had to read 2 chapters in the Bible. It's interesting. I asked a guy that watches all my videos on TikTok if he really finds the words from the Old Testament valuable. And he goes, yeah, it teaches you how to read or live a just and value, or a good life, or something like that. And I'm reading, for those who don't know, I read a couple chapters out of the Bible every night. And I read, I think, chapter 5 and 6 from the book of Leviticus last night. And I'm not finding really any goodness to it. To be honest, I read the Old Testament, and maybe it's supposed to. It kind of goes against everything I have believed from a distance, what Christianity or spirituality should be all about. And maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. But I'm kind of not sure why it's, maybe to teach you a lesson that, boy, the world before Jesus sucked. And God walked around or floated around or came in balls of fire or cloud and seemed like he was a bit of a bully. Kind of mean-spirited. Liked slaughtering animals and putting people to death and flooding the world. It's kind of strange. Somebody says, I love God. Somebody says, hey. So these are my thoughts this morning as I'm waking up. And now it's time to get some coffee. Do I want my candle? Am I gonna want my candle today? Maybe, maybe not. Wait a minute. Here we are. What cup should we use? We should use the Coffee with Ken cup, because we are having coffee with Ken this morning. And, wow. I don't know if I should tell you what coffee I'm having. If anybody tuned in the beginning, should I sit down at the table? We'll sit down at the table. We can always change it. We can always change it. The couch is nice, and probably if I wasn't talking to you all fine folk, the couch would be where I'd be. Hold on here. I'm worried I broke my gimbal a little bit. It seems to be working just fine. I dropped it yesterday, and today I was wrenching the phone out of it. It's kind of working. I think it's working. It's probably working just fine. Maybe I forget what the gimbal's supposed to do. That's not good. You're living whole life at this point with the man. Good morning, Jane. How are you? What time is it here? It is 7:12 a.m. Here's my candle. Create a nice little glow. Yeah, nice little glow. So anyway, as I was saying, this is a show about me talking. But for those that have been watching a while, you know it's more than just a show about me talking. You know it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I have a hot cup of coffee in front of me. And I am very excited to have a sip this morning. Good morning, Schliebel. And my hope is that wherever you are, and whatever you're doing at this fairly early hour on a Sunday morning, especially early for a guy that didn't go to bed till 1:30 last night, I am excited to have my first sip. And my hope, my only hope, is that you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh. Oh. Somebody asked, and by the way, it's really good. Do I think people who get up early are more successful than those who wake up late, even if they work and sleep the same? I think probably waking up early is a overall good habit. Yeah. I think if you wake up at 5, and I think sleep and rest is valuable, of course. But I think if you wake up at 5 in the morning, you can go to the gym, you can eat a healthy breakfast, you can take your dog for a walk, and you get home and it's 7 o'clock and most people are just waking up. It's almost like you have more hours in the day. Yes, you need to go to bed earlier, but okay. I guess my thought is this: not much good happens after midnight. You know, people get in trouble after midnight. They're staying up too late. They're drinking alcohol. It's hard. I mean, you can be productive. You can clean the house. You can do your laundry. But I'd say it's harder to be very productive very late at night. At what point do I admit defeat with hair and shave it off? Well, first of all, you don't have to admit defeat. Hair's not a battle you're fighting with. You know. I talked about it yesterday. Somebody was saying how bad they felt for Bruce Willis, and I said, you don't need to feel bad for him. He's going through life, and he's in a late stage of life. You don't need to feel bad for your hair or like you're combating your hair. If you are losing your hair, shave it off. It's getting real thin on top and receding a fair amount. Well, then shave it off. Or if you don't want to, don't. But yeah, I would shave it off. I mean, I've shaved it off. I would not, if you were, the point isn't how you look, honestly. It's how you feel. And you've used the word, you're concerned, it's getting thin, you buzzed it down, but you're still not liking it. Yeah, shave it off. Oh. Well, 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 well. My feet are a little chilly again. I guess that's not surprising. I had a couple of viewers hop on and say it's snowing there. I'd like it to be snowing. My oldest daughter, who lives in Ames, Iowa, sent me a picture of snow covering all the cars in Ames. And we still haven't gotten any here. Not that it's a concern of mine. It'll come. But I'd like a nice snowy winter here in Wisconsin. It's going to be my first full winter. Came up here in February of last year during a big snowstorm. And look forward to having hopefully a snowy and cold winter up here. I'm gonna go get my slippers. Hang with me. I'm coming back. I am coming back. Oh yeah, I was up late last night. Is that 32 likes already? What a glorious audience. Is that because Scott Baran, who's a Canadian, is on early and was slamming the likes right off the bat? Scott, have you inspired the audience to like the crud out of my video today? On your, I think it's more Scott's, oh, you're sweet, Undersky. I think it's more Scott's goal than mine even to get 100 likes. It almost boosts Scott's ego, strangely. Who would have thought? What a viewer, what a valuable viewer. Oh, I have the gong here. I'm not saying I'm gonna need it. I'm not saying I'm gonna use it. Don't even know if I want it. Am I that comedian Gary? No. Do I think it's a good idea to start a vodka brand in Ukraine? Are there bots on YouTube that come and like AI generated questions to keep the conversation flowing or something like that? Are they? Because it seems I get unusual questions that don't almost always sound human-like. Oh. Connie says there's more of them than ever. Are there, Connie? It feels like there might be. And I don't know what I'm judging it on, but I'll get often questions, and I think it's like a troll, but they're not mean-spirited, but they're just weirdly AI sounding, like, I don't know. I don't even feel like giving up any examples. But good morning, 14 Marathon. Is it snowing there? How could it be snowing in Downers Grove, but not 200 miles north? Is happiness a social construct? I'm not totally sure what that means. I'm not totally sure what that means. Millie Hansey said, good morning, what is crud? Is that the way you usually start the conversation when you come down to breakfast? Good morning, what is crud? What state am I in? I'm in Wisconsin. They encourage likes and donations because it makes more money for YouTube. You mean the bots do? So are you suggesting that my man, Scott Baran, is a bot? But he lives in Canada. He says it's cold up there, but they're not getting any snow. I don't think Scott's a bot. Oh, Genesis says first frost here in Minnesota. It's strange. because I hear about snow in Ames, Iowa, snow in Downers Grove, but no snow in the north, in Canada, in Minnesota, in Wisconsin. Somebody wishes I stay warm. Well, I will a little bit with the help of my slippers that I put on. There was a hint of chill in the air. Let's see. I had, okay, well, I don't need that. Mama M says we get lake effect. You have call to prayer there yet? I don't know what that means. Does it get real warm in here when the sun shines through the window? It certainly does in the summer. When I first moved in, I think it was March, and my electric bills, I don't know, might have been $40 a month. I mean, I live in a one-bedroom apartment. I'm here by myself, so, you know, I don't leave the lights on a heck of a lot. But my electric bill got to, I don't know, maybe 130 in the summer when the sun was shining through. Yeah, I have massive windows, and they're eastern looking. So in the morning, it is quite a greenhouse in here. But I think it'd be worse on the other side. But you'd get some beautiful sunsets as well. Do I live in a small matchbox shared government housing, Section 8? Wow, what a lot of words he put in. Small matchbox shared government, Section 8. No, I live in it's an apartment. It's quite a large apartment, actually. Looks like we have some hockey fans on. How many likes we got? Scott, you're doing a heck of a job. You haven't even had to work that hard. Sundays must be a glorious day to have coffee. Cathos Prime wants to run away from minus 40 Celsius. Great communicating to us about my life and living. I appreciate that, if you're talking to me. Sunday is the best day, as they say. Well, I feel kind of good about it. And again, I'm not feeling as chirpy as I could be. But I do have the day off. And again, I'm probably looking back and looking at work yesterday and going, wow, that felt like a long shift. That person kind of was annoying, that my legs are tired, this and that. When I'm sitting here at home with a hot cup of coffee, with a glorious audience, with a fireplace, with plants, with the sun not yet risen, with two opportunities to go to church today and hang out in a community of goodness, if you will. Not perfection. Not perfection. I think my issue is I still look for perfection from people and things and situations and strive to make it perfect. And get thrown off when things aren't perfect. Like, wait, why is this way? Why wasn't work easier? Why wasn't I better at it? Why wasn't that person kinder? Why was I at church but I didn't love everybody there? Why does this woman I'm dating do this or do that? It's probably hard to live with perfection as your expectation. Good morning, DM Tabor. How are you? Somebody asked if I'm a Virgo. No, I am not a Virgo. But I'm very sensitive. What's the sensitive sign? I want everybody to like me. And that's a hard way to live. Because not everybody's going to, especially if you put yourself out there a lot. Am I an asparagus? Am I Ken from Barbie? Now, Scott, wait, I haven't seen it. 56, is Julie okay? I don't know what Julie's doing. I don't take attendance on this show, 56. I hope Julie's okay. I love Julie, she's a good person. What if a bird smashes on that window? Will I be shocked? I probably would be a little surprised. My star sign. You were born in July is your guess. Well, it wouldn't be correct though. It would not be a correct guess. I celebrated my birthday on this show. Oh, kind of having a quiet Ken today. Let's see. Sentiment on the Fed cutting 25 basis points in December. I mean, I love the financial question because I usually have a little financial thoughts. It's kind of making me laugh though. Because it's early November. And whether the Fed cuts interest rates by 25 basis points or not isn't, honestly, even in the financial market, super relevant because it's really the anticipation of whether they do or not that makes all the difference. And again, thinking 2 months out about a 25-point move in the, I guess the Fed funds rate it is, kind of seems funny at this time. Hey, well, thank you so much. Somebody sent me, is that an Australian dollar? Somebody sent me a dollar of some sorts. That was very kind of you. I think that's very nice of you. Thank you very much. Good morning, Bob Ballard. How am I doing? I'm not sure. Maybe it's just because I was up till 1:30 last night. And I woke up at 6:30. But I felt yesterday was fairly draining. There's no doubt about it. Maybe I'm not waking with gratitude. Maybe I haven't. I did pray to God. Maybe I'm frightened by God because I've been reading from the Old Testament. And it's gory. There's so much talk of sacrifices and guilt. Yeah. Hello, Ned Kelly from Vermont. Vermont's kind of a state I'd like to go to. I think there was a show, Bob Newhart had a show based in Vermont where he was like an innkeeper. He and his wife were. It's maybe 25 years ago or something like that. Somebody said, then don't read Revelations. Is Revelations in the Old Testament? Okay, I appreciate this, Connie. Guilt is 100% of the Old Testament. You know why, right? Because Jesus died on the cross for our sins. So Jesus coming to earth absolves the world of all the yuck that was going on. Connie, is that what you're saying? NFTs. What is an NFT again? Kraken 147. I'm drawing a blank. Why don't I reply to your comments? I don't see all the comments, and I don't know why people type LOL so often. I don't know that I've ever typed LOL. Paul can't sleep. Well, I'd say shut your eyes and just listen to me talk. Oh, okay. A non-fungible token, okay. I think they're all just kind of a scam. I kind of think Bitcoin's a scam. I think there's a while there that people were just kind of almost pretending, hey, we're gonna put a value on these lids. And if you can get people bidding for this lid, suddenly it has value just because a value is what somebody will pay for it. But I think that's just a house of cards that's waiting to crumble. Andrea says, I do have a soothing voice. That's what I've heard, Andrea. About a month ago, I applied for a DJ job. I never heard back. I thought my soothing voice and my ability to engage with an audience would be a good fit. But honestly, I've driven around listening to the radio the last few days, and I'm wondering how much a DJ does on radio anymore. Yeah. You know, they come out, maybe there's still morning shows where they talk a lot and entertain an audience. But just saying like one line every 5 minutes or 10 minutes would seem weird. I wonder what the DJs do. I was kind of curious, so I started intentionally listening to the radio when I was driving around, going, okay, what would my job be like? What do these people do? And I still don't know. But I'm wondering what they do, like while the music is playing. The days of DJing over. Only the ones who have been doing for decades are the last ones left. It's over. Jose Garcia. Well, it can't be totally over, because about a month ago, a local radio station was hiring. So it can't be totally over. And it intrigued me, but I apparently did not intrigue them because they never got back to me. I mean, I've never done it before, but I think I could have my own radio show with no, you know, you teach me how to push various buttons and get the microphone going. I mean, I think that's kind of what this show is. Kind of a morning show with my own audience. Maybe YouTube owns the audience, I don't know. Wonder if this got all erased, like if my channel got taken away for whatever reason. Would I stop doing it or would I start over on some different format? Your daughter just paid $1,700 for her DJ at her wedding. Well, Andrea, yeah, DJ at a wedding's different a little bit than what I'm talking about. Yeah, DJ at a wedding, yeah, I know they're expensive, but they bring the equipment and hopefully entertain the guests a little bit. Have I ever called into a love hotline? No, I don't think that I have. Yeah, but social media is crushing DJing and radio, especially live videos. You basically are a radio host. Okay, so Jose Garcia, you think instead of worrying about some other DJ gig, I should keep doing what I'm doing? My sister is a DJ. For a radio job, you need to have an air check to send in. Well, I don't even know what an air check is, but they didn't specifically ask for an air check. Yeah. I just noticed the gong. Did you have some silly people on the chat? I mean, I had some silly people, but nobody was so silly that they needed gonged. Jose Garcia, you said absolutely. You mean absolutely keep doing what I'm doing and do my own radio show? Make this my radio show? Especially because you can make more money doing lives in social media and you can say what you want. It's better in every way. Yeah, okay, but when you sign up with a radio station, you have an audience. You have an audience. It's like a radio resume, so to speak. Well, they didn't ask for a radio resume. Peter Bean said, no, Ken, unfortunately, from a financial perspective, this is a dead end for you. I don't know how you could say that, Peter Bean. Because a dead end implies a stoppage of movement. Right? And I don't ever stop moving. Thor said every single air traffic controller should either quit or refuse to come into work. Wow, this sounds like the early 80s when I think there was a strike going on and I think Reagan threatened to fire them all. Speak on the doubling of health through the marketplace, Obamacare, and how does the entire thing is starting to appear like a giant insurance government slush fund. I'm not that well versed on Obamacare. I would prefer smaller government, as I've said before. Yeah. But I have an audience right now, probably more than the local radio station. You have a radio show, Coffee with Ken, and you can do it whenever you want. Jose Garcia, I like the way you're talking. I appreciate you. How would you engage with an excited listener that just won concert tickets? Lynn, that sounds like an AI question. Woohoo! Woohoo! And you're going to be going to see Luke Bryan on January 17th at the Madison Civic Center. Something like that, I don't know. Your dad went on strike in the early 80s. What kind of coffee? A very empty cup. Oh. Let's see, yeah, you seen this guy. He's a predator. You said it twice. You said, yeah, I seen this guy. He's a predator. And then you decided you liked what you said so much. You said, yo, I seen this guy. He's a predator. It's interesting because the grammar is horrible, yet you retyped it. You made the same grammatically crappy sentence twice, and all you changed was the yeah to a yo. I would have changed the grammar rather than the yeah and the yo. All right, I'll fill the cup. You remember listening to Casey Kasem for sure. Good morning, Andres. What's our audience looking like? 59 people watching, 42 thumbs up. We're gonna claw our way to 9,700 subscribers today, maybe. I think there's a good chance we're going through 9,700 today. Good morning, Bean. How are you? Am I not working today in the radio? I don't know what that means. I don't have a job in radio, unless this counts. I was interested. Good morning, Fred Hinkle. How are you from Southern Indiana? I wouldn't think it's snowing in Southern Indiana. But good morning just the same. I'm gonna get a little more coffee. Oh. Oh. You guys decided to come with me today. What a glorious audience. It's interesting. Somebody hopped on that I didn't know and hasn't really ever commented before and gave me $1. It's snowing in northern New York. It is heading the way, this snow. Being we're just talking about anything. We don't really have a specific topic yet. Nor probably will we. We talk about all sorts of things on Coffee with Ken. Work, relationships, coffee, candles, gongs, water, health, fitness. The radio station would just pay you to read a script in their advertisements and take most of the money. Eventually you can do your own advertisement and get 100% of the money if you continue my videos. I appreciate that encouragement. I appreciate you, that encouragement. I tell you what, where are you? What is your name again? Jose Garcia. I like you a lot. The world needs more encouragement because we all go through hard, challenging times from time to time. Even me with the big smile and the energy and the good vibe. Oh, so I appreciate it. I could live a little boost. Oh yeah, you know what this is? You know what this is? The mallet. I feel, should I break out the mallet? I mean, I have somebody that just raised their hand and wanted to be removed. I usually don't do it on just random people. I mean, that's not totally random. You've been awake since my coffee yesterday. Could that be true? Could that be true? Have you really been awake since? I feel much badness complaining about my own lack of sleep if you've really been awake since yesterday. Isn't coffee the best? Well, the best what? Thing to drink? I mean, I'd have to rate water ahead of coffee as far as things to drink. Lemonade. I really enjoy lemonade. Hi there. I was wondering if you call. Coffee is lovely, though. Brent, you can't just. Was Prince and the Revolution pop or rock? I never really appreciated Prince's guitar skills or his musical ability. I was a kid and in high school when Prince got really big, and I never really appreciated Prince's music too heck of a lot. And I think, as time went on, I learned that he was a bigger star than I knew, and a more gifted musician than I knew. But I personally never really was a fan of Prince. All right, Bob Ballard, have a great day. Yeah, so I don't really have, I mean, is he pop or rock? I mean, I never really thought of him as rock, but I mean, he plays the guitar. I'd certainly say pop if I had to. All right, Jose Garcia. I appreciate you. Did you watch my show a long time, Jose Garcia? That was funny. Your viewers like watching you talking about your jobs and your interviews. All right, but Jose, you watched on TikTok. All right, well, I appreciate that. You're very kind. I needed a little boost today. I'm not gonna go to the 8:30 Mass today. There's an 8:30 and there's a 10:30. Oh, from the Kia Soul days. Well, Jose, I haven't even had the Kia Soul 1 year yet. I bought it about a year ago today. Whoa, somebody named Food Police sent me $10. That's so sweet of you, Food Police. That's so sweet. This whole channel right now. Am I Catholic? No. No. Well, Food Police, that's very kind of you. Why is your name Food Police? And I mean, other than being generous, I wonder why you sent me $10. I think it was very nice of you. Hello, Dutchie. I haven't seen you on the live show very well. Yeah. I haven't seen you on the show in a little while. I appreciate, Dutchie, that you came on and watched many of my videos right off the bat. I do appreciate that. And your commenting on all my videos was pretty cool. Would I consider losing 45 pounds? No. I'd be down to like 175. I'd look emaciated. Yeah, no, I'd look emaciated. I think if I was weighing 205, I think that's probably my perfect weight. So if I lost 10 pounds, I'd probably feel good about it. But 45 would be a grotesque weight for me. I mean, I'm 6'2". I'm fairly strong right now. So to weigh 175 pounds, I would look yucky. Jose, I am working 2 jobs, 2 different jobs than I may have been last time. I was working a couple jobs since like June. I got a job, started working 5 or 6 days a week as soon as I moved up to Appleton, Wisconsin. Was recruited to another job, and it didn't go that well, but I thought if I focused more on it, I'd do better. I was scheduled on them both at the same day and had to leave one for the other. The one's feelings were hurt and didn't like me leaving them, so which I don't blame them. And then the other didn't work out. I wasn't that good at it. So I found 2 new jobs about, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago. And working as hard as I can at them. They haven't needed me quite as much as I'd like. The pay's good, but again, they don't need me all the time. So I have more days off than I'd like, and I'd like more consistent income than big globs of income from time to time. Dutchie says she's working 2 jobs and doesn't have any time for herself. Yeah, no, working multiple jobs isn't necessarily great. I've liked a couple aspects of it. That if you're working one job and you get fired or quit, you're in a whole lot of trouble unless you got a lot of savings. And most of us don't probably have a lot of savings. And if you're working 2 jobs, you know, you're juggling more. But if you lose one for whatever reason, you know, it's not as crushing. Do you ever hear from old coworkers who miss my impact on the business? I run into people from time to time and they say, "Oh, we miss you." I don't know if they really say they miss my impact on the business. Mike is working for a Big Four accounting company. Are there still Big Four accounting companies? Seems like something out of the past, like when I was graduating college. I guess I had a finance degree, so maybe I was looking at those type of jobs. It was like Anderson Consulting, and I don't know. I forget the name of them all. It was Arthur Anderson, I think, back then. Glad to see I'm making my way around nicely. You haven't seen me since I got my futon? I got my futon like 5 months ago, I think. But you're right, it is quite amazing. Okay, Deloitte and Touche, I remember. KPMG, is that Pete Marwick or something like that? EY, I don't remember. And PwC, I can't remember the, Deloitte and Touche, I remember. PwC, I can't place those initials. EY, I certainly can't. KPMG, I've heard of. Enron killed Arthur Anderson, did that? I forget how that went. Ernst & Young, okay. Yeah, Mark, I know how that feels too. I was a millionaire for one day. All right, yeah, that was, well, I appreciate you finding that. That was just kind of ironic. All right. And so, and let it be written, so let it be done. Dutchie says it sucks today that you can't have one job anymore. Just survive, but that is what it is nowadays. Well, Dutchie, and not to analyze, but I try and keep away from starting sentences with "it sucks." Yeah. Bean says depends on what you do. Yeah. We can use the 2 jobs and the lack of time for yourself or the inconsistent work hours or anything I ever talk about and look at it as a encouragement to go find another one. PricewaterhouseCoopers. That's another one I remember. These were a long time ago. Oh. Well. It's Sunday morning. It is about 8 o'clock. I could wrap it up with you fine folks and head out and go catch the 8:30 service. That might be the most fulfilling thing I could do. What scent is my candle? It's lavender. What did Dutchie say? You're waiting for the big back jackpot to come around at one point. You don't play lotto usually, but every now and then. Okay. A moment ago you made a comment and it started with "it sucks." And like 2 comments later you said your comment started with "I'm waiting." Maybe if you're just waiting, you gotta have an active role in something. And if you're just waiting for the lottery, you might be waiting for a long, long time. Benji's not sure they're a fan of the shirt on me. Well, Benji, it's okay. Oh. Henry's encouraging me to get out there and be productive. Again, it's 7:57. If I leave here about 8:15, I could make it to church and catch the 8:30 service. And that would start my day just moving faster. Not that I need to start my day necessarily moving faster. And maybe I could just sit here and talk for another hour with you guys and catch the 10:30 and then not rush at all. But I'm not sure. Do I have work today? I do not have work today, Jose Garcia. I don't. You do have a business management degree. And again, Dutchie, I'm not trying to pick on you at all. I'm just seeing what you're saying and realizing I try and avoid similar thoughts and conversations. Yeah, because I know if I catch myself saying it sucks or that you're waiting to win the lottery or something, I'll catch myself with those thoughts and I will do my best to remove them. So I'm not trying to pick on you or, make you feel worse. But you brought up a business management degree. Do you want to do business management, Dutchie? What do you want to do? Out of curiosity. What are you passionate about? I mean, I'm not throwing it at you like you're a fool if you don't know. Because again, I know you told me your situation a couple times. My situation, I found myself at 53, just gone through my second divorce and leaving a 17-year career in real estate. And I did not know what I wanted to do, and I'm still not totally sure. Why did I leave real estate? Well, that's a long answer. I'd say the biggest answer, I never felt, I'm wondering if I left real estate because I didn't love it or because I went through a horrific divorce with my realtor partner wife and she slaughtered me on social media. I will say, I think me leaving real estate was a blessing. I don't think I loved it. I tried hard. I gave it my best. And I didn't have much left in me. And I don't think I was making a difference in the world as a realtor at all. I think my job was to convince you guys to use me as a realtor. And that was my job. It wasn't to find you the right home. It was to be out there lead generating all the time. Cold calling, door knocking, hosting open houses, going to social events, asking 20 people a day real estate related questions. And again, my job was to talk the people I met on the street to use me as a realtor rather than their cousin, their friend, their brother, their mom, their son. And that was just, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Yeah. That's why I don't care to try to push for partners, says Mike. But Dutchie, I would be curious about what you'd like to do. Like what stirs your passion? Because you're kind of in a, not the same situation. Again, none of us are in the exact same situation. But I'd be curious to talk to somebody and kind of brainstorm, because Dutchie, I don't know how old you are, but I do know a little bit about you. And be curious. James says he does international real estate for developments, and you truly love it. Well, James, it sounds like you work, so it's like corporate or commercial real estate. Good morning, Colorado. True. H.P. Warner said hunting is passion. I don't know that hunting is passion. Hunting might be a passion. You're in South America. I'd like to go to South America. Oh. May you ask what the cute little Japanese gong is for? Well, you may ask. Well, we get a lot of people on here saying either dumb or we got some people on here saying dumb and not helpful things to this stream. So it's a way to announce that somebody is being removed from my channel. I believe we've rung the gong 3 times this morning. And we've cleaned out the audience just a little bit. Oh, maybe if I would have stretched a little this morning. Could go work out, but I don't need to necessarily work out. Maybe I could just have a quiet day. Go to church. Still could catch the 8:30. You work to pursue your passion, which is hunting. Are you a bow hunter? It seems bow hunting a lot of people do. Well, we had our own business for 20 years, not too long, so I started to work 2 jobs ever since. I lost you. Hey, Mike, you have a wonderful day. Jose Garcia, well, I do pretty well at ignoring them, but I kind of have fun with this gong. I actually got this gong a few days ago. Do I usually go to church on Sunday? I like to go to church on Sunday. I think it's a great way to start my day, or my week, or my Sunday. The last few weeks I've worked on Sundays and haven't been able to, and today I have the day off, so I'm looking forward to going. And I'm debating going right now and charging out the door, or going a little later to the 10:30. I'd probably be better off going right now. What do you guys think about that? It's 8:05. I could throw on a sweatshirt, throw on a pair of jeans, and I feel like I'd feel accomplished. Versus here, I could talk for another hour. Pick up 10 or 15 more subscribers. But then I'd have an hour to kind of twiddle my thumbs or sit around. And I don't think that would be a productive use of my time. So what I'm going to do is, Schlevel said, always best to put Jesus first. Michael, I appreciate you hopping on from Slovakia and all the comments and all the kindness and all the engagement I've had today. But I'm going to go to the 8:30 service. Is there a difference in audience at the 8:30 church? Nothing really. I don't know. I don't know. I think there's pretty crowded both times. But I'm going to go. And because that's going to make me feel productive. Otherwise, I'm just kind of waiting. And again, Dutchie Smith, I think that's what I'm talking about. Other than that, I would have just been waiting. And I don't know if waiting's always a good strategy. But I can go to church. I can be done at 10 or so. And then I have my whole day in front of me and a lot of energy and a lot of excitement, and we'll see where the day takes me. So I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Shalivo, thank you for hopping on. I appreciate all the kindness, the donations, the $10.65, the 55 likes I have. I appreciate you, and I want to thank you so much for joining. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Hope you had a great night's sleep. Hope you are feeling good. Hope you are loving yourself. Hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.